Gold medal athletes looking for a silver lining.
We deserve answers.
After they say lawmakers failed to protect them from a monster. Family members in Vero Beach wanting answers.
You hope she comes home, but you don't want to help.
After a woman goes missing. Plus, a vaccine incentive for Broward County employees.
Receive a one-time monetary incentive of $500.
And a surcharge for the unvaccinated. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Danelle Dukin.
And I'm Zitlali Solate. Today is Thursday, September 16th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Broward's mayor hoping that money matters when it comes to getting employees vaccinated. Mayor Steve Geller announced that he's rolling out a new plan to protect employees from COVID.
Yesterday, Mayor Geller said he will not be implementing an employee's COVID-19 vaccine mandate, but instead there will be a $500 bonus during a 60-day period for those who have proof of vaccinations. Geller also stated vaccinated employees, non-union and union members will have to pay a bi-weekly surcharge of $20 after every 60 days of not getting vaccinated.
And receive a one-time monetary incentive of $500.
He insists that the plan is not in conflict with any state laws or the governor's executive orders.
After losing 6 family members due to COVID-19, a vaccine advocate from Palm Beach County is encouraging people to get vaccinated. Lisa Wilson is still trying to grieve from her family member's loss. She lives in Belglade and is married to the town's mayor. She first lost her uncle in August after having to drive an hour and a half to the hospital since the closest one had no open ICU beds. 3 weeks later, her grandmother and 4 cousins died.
Can't grieve the death of one because then the next day or two, somebody else has passed away. So it's been really, really, really hard to comprehend and try to figure this all out.
Wilson advocates others to get vaccinated so they don't have to grieve their relatives.
The search continues into the disappearance of 22-year-old Gabby Petite, who went missing after a cross-country road trip with her fiancé. Police say he returned home, but she didn't, and now he's not helping investigators. Investigators and family members are growing increasingly concerned about Petite, who hasn't been seen since August 25th when she FaceTimed her mother from Wyoming. Now her father is speaking out, begging for answers from her fiancé, Brian Laundrie.
Last time I checked, their child was home. My child is nowhere to be found. You hope she comes home, but you don't want to help. We can't talk. Well, then you don't really want to help.
The van that the couple used to travel cross-country was found here in Florida, and the FBI is searching it for physical evidence, retracing Petito's last known steps. Her family is imploring the public to provide any information that they might know.
These elite gymnasts say their former U.S. gymnastics team doctors sexually abused them, and the FBI failed to protect them. And as the network's Alejandra Garcia reports, these athletes are testifying against the agency and their investigation into the now convicted predator, Larry Nassar.
4 elite gymnasts, including Simone Biles and Ali Raceman, testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee examining how the FBI mishandled their investigation into former Team USA doctor Larry Nassar.
We have been failed, and we deserve answers.
The elite gymnasts Simone Biles, Maggie Nichols, Michaela Maroney, and Ali Raceman are testifying after a July Justice Department Inspector General report found FBI officials failed to respond to allegations with urgency and seriousness and violated multiple policies while investigating former Team USA doctor Larry Nassar.
It disgusts me that we are still fighting for the most basic answers and accountability over 6 years later. I am haunted by the fact that even after I reported my abuse, so many women and girls had to suffer at the hands of Larry Nassar.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle demanding answers and change at the FBI.
It's not only that the FBI failed to do its job systematically and repeatedly, it is also the cover-up.
The FBI failed to protect our athletes.
Current FBI Director Christopher Wray apologized to survivors of Nassar's abuse and said he has begun to put into action the changes recommended in the report.
The actions and inaction of the FBI employees detailed in this report
are totally unacceptable.
These athletes are urging the federal prosecution of those who lied and held up in bringing Nassar to justice.
I am tired of waiting for people to do the right thing because my abuse was enough and we deserve justice.
Attorney General Merrick Garland and Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco are set to appear before the Senate Judiciary Committee in October, which could be the first opportunity for lawmakers to publicly question them about the FBI's mishandled investigation into Larry Nassar. In the Control Center, Alejandra Garcia, South Florida Media Network. Actress and activist Angelina Jolie paid a visit to the White House Wednesday morning. Jolie met with lawmakers on Capitol Hill asking for a reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act. This year, the House voted to reactivate and expand federal measures to help abused women since a previous version expired in 2018. Jolie also advocated for health equity, judicial training, and FBI reform.
An all-civilian crew is in orbit around the world right now.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
And try and bridge the gap between technology and sport.
Technology meets sports for a big event in Fort Lauderdale last night. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Freedom. It's at the core of who we are. The freedom to live without fear, to jog where we please, to wear a hoodie. The freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Check it out, Inter Miami unveiling their New Jersey sponsor.
The deal is with the global cryptocurrency firm XBTO.
And as the network's Christopher Gomez reports, players, fans, and members of the media came together last night for the big announcement.
Big news coming from Inter Miami here at Drive Pink Stadium as they've reached an agreement with a New Jersey sponsor.
This is a dream come true.
Since before COVID, Inter Miami has been searching for the right partner, and after 6 months, they found it.
We announced our first jersey partner with XBTO, the first crypto finance deal in the history of Major League Soccer. We at Inter Miami have always looked at doing things that are innovative, things that are cutting edge.
What is XBTO, you might ask? Here's founder Philip Bacassi.
XBTO is basically a global crypto finance enterprise. We do market making and asset management.
The players are all in.
The crypto space is something that I'm quite fond of, and it's great to have like pioneers like XBTO get involved with the club and try and bridge the gap between technology and sports.
Fans of Inter Miami, nicknamed La Familia, are excited for this innovation.
And as you could hear from tonight, La Familia is behind him, the community's behind him. I love having an owner who doesn't mind being the first one through the wall. And you know what? we'll help break it down too.
Inter Miami will be debuting these uniforms on the pitch tomorrow against the New York Red Bulls. Reporting in Fort Lauderdale, Christopher Gomez, South Florida Media Network.
Last night, SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket launched to space carrying the first all-civilian crew to orbit. The Inspiration 4 mission crew includes billionaire Jared Isaacman, cancer survivor Haley Arsenault, geologist and college teacher Cian Proctor, and raffle winner Christopher Simbrowski. SpaceX says this launch could be a huge step to open space tourism to the general public.
I think that responsibility is really the word, right? And that this is a big responsibility, and we have to execute really well and get this right so that the door can stay open for all the other missions to follow.
The passengers are expected to spend 3 days in orbit at a 360-mile altitude, which is higher than the International Space Station.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache.
And I'm Danelle Dukin. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.